Hello and welcome to the next episode of Creative Momentum with Meg Dunley. This is part of the Chateau season, which was recorded when I was attending a writing residency in France at the Chateau d'Auquevaux. Today I'm going to be chatting with Noel Yang, and she's a Taiwanese-born abstract landscape painter, now based in Auckland, New Zealand. What I found fascinating about Coral's work is how she bridges the Eastern and Western artistic traditions. She grew up watching her mother create traditional Asian water ink paintings, but she found her own voice through the Western technique of pouring liquid paint onto raw canvas. And this was inspired by an American expressionist, Helen Frankenthaler. I hope I've said that correctly. Her process is deeply connected to nature and travel, as in Coral's is, and she photographs landscapes and then translates them into these incredible abstract works using transparent layers of acrylic and mixed media. What really struck me though in our conversation was her approach to goal setting as a creative, and it really aligned with my kind of thinking about coaching and goal setting. And she uses that beautiful metaphor of creativity being like rain that needs riverbanks to flow properly. I hope you enjoy this episode with Noel Yang, abstract artist.
Yes.
Hi, Coral.
Hello, Meg.
Let's just start by introducing yourself and where you're from.
Yes, I'm Noel Yang, and I was born in Taiwan, but now I live in Auckland, New Zealand.
Excellent. Can you tell me what your creative discipline is?
Yes, I'm an semi-abstract landscape painter using acrylic and mixed media, sometimes oil or soft pastel. And my practice is I pour, liquid paint onto raw canvas, and then make lots of, transparent layers and build them up. And I feel like raw canvas is kind of like our skin, soak the sun and the rain and allow emotion to be really resonating, and then feel like a garment you can wrap around yourself.
I love that. I was actually going to ask you about your creative process. Do you want to tell me a little bit more about that? Like, I'm looking at your table here, and you've got drawings, little drawings, you've got small pastels.
Yes.
Tell me how you kind of come into each of your works of art.
Yes. So currently I work mostly in response to nature and my stories and travels. And so I love to take lots of photos and bring them back to studios, and I will sketch them first with pencil and looking for the abstract shapes, the organic forms of the terrain, the rolling hills or the reflection in the water. And then I will create my color palettes, like for each piece of work. Sometimes it's more like true to nature. Sometimes it's more fanciful, more surreal type of color palettes. So I like to do small color sketch first to figure out the values. And then once I feel I'm ready, I will get onto the bigger canvas.
Oh, beautiful. I'm going to show some photos as well of the work that you've done, because it is absolutely stunning and amazing colours in it. Tell me a little bit about your routine for your creativity.
Yes, I kind of keep a routine that will keep my physical body and my emotional space like really uplifted. So I like to wake up and then do journaling, and then yoga, stretching, sometimes a nature walk. And then I will, have my, bountiful breakfast and, with lots of proteins and fruits, and then get to my studio. And I try to get to the studio, do the creative work before I get to my admin and business side. So usually it's in the morning, I will go to the studio and I start working on pieces.
Who or what is your creative inspiration?
Yeah. I would say, of course, the artists, like the masters in the history, especially the Renaissance, like Da Vinci, Michelangelo, because they really resonated with the human stories. And also my mom. My mom is a very established, an incredible Asian water ink traditional artist. So I grew up with her and seeing how she does, huge paintings on rice paper.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized I cannot do it on rice paper because I'm too messy.
Mm-hmm.
So later on, I got connected with Helen Frankenthaler, an American expressionist artist in the 20th century. And she did this like oil pouring on raw canvas.
Mm.
That's when I discovered I can use this Western medium, very robust practice, but convey my Asian roots and aesthetics and sensibility. Yeah.
I love that. It's
Yeah.
the melding of it all.
Yes.
Yeah. If you were to meet someone who was just at the beginning of their creative journey,
Yeah.
what pearls or pearl of wisdom would you want to share with them?
Yeah. Well, I think, Meg, you know as much as I do. I think the number one thing is allow yourself to play. To be the little kid, I have to remind myself again and again. I started painting like full time because I lost my brother. And so afterwards, I didn't have the drive to do the filmmaking or that kind of high pressure work. And I discovered if I just carry a little watercolor skit and go to the nature, seaside or riverside, I can just do a little sketch. I just feel so connected with my own heart and my happy place. So I feel like being able to find something that you can feel your heart and come alive, and then you can feel that little kid in you have that safety or freedom to express, itself. That's the most important thing, I think. Yeah, is to create that safe, nurturing environment within yourself. But also, as I, come here to the residency, I met you guys. I met you, Meg, and all the other artists. And then you have created space for me, like you held me when I can process my emotion, feel free, and be inspired, but also feel really supported, like being seen and affirmed. And I think we need people like that.
Yeah. So having I guess like a community of other creative people who understand.
Yeah. And also look for coaches, mentors.
Yeah.
I have done that again and again.
Yeah.
And it's just, it will help you to, take the bounds and leaps.
Yeah.
And find your voice and create that space. And it just shorten your journey, because they have the jewels of wisdom and insight to it, because a lot of times it's our mindset, right? And it's all similar. It may sound surface differently, but pretty much quite universal.
Yeah. Amazing. So play, community, and coaching.
Yeah.
Elementals. Yes, I love that. Is there anything else that you would want to share about creativity?
I do think it's very good to have a goal. To set up creative milestones. It doesn't have to be big, but I think it's really great to have dreams and aspiration. And I feel like to have a 3-month milestone, I say this is what I'm going to set out to do, even though if I might not achieve it, but it become like a container for our creativity. This is what I heard once. Our creativity is like the rain coming down from the sky, but if you don't have the riverbank to contain that water, it sort of just spurs out, But then if you have that riverbank to hold that, it will flow. You will see that, and I think we need that affirmation ourselves.
Yeah. How do you set goals for yourself as a creative?
Yeah. Because I'm a painter, so I like to create in collections. And I find a theme that really I really resonate with the theme of the story. So I will say, in 3 months, within this 3 months time, I'm going to create this collection, and then usually I will have an exhibition or group shows or a large art fair that I set myself a goal to attend, and yeah, sometimes you don't get it, but I think that progression really will create that momentum. So I like to give myself those goals. Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to chat.
Thank you.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed that interview with Coral. I loved her insights about creativity, needing structure to flourish. That image that she created of the creativity being like the rain from the sky that needs riverbanks to contain it so that it can flow really resonates. It's such a beautiful, poetic way to think about why we need goals and deadlines as artists, not as constraints, but as containers to help our creativity move forwards. Her approach of working in collections with 3-month milestones, always aiming for exhibitions and shows, creates that momentum that she talks about. And I was moved by her reminder to allow yourself to play. Play is really important to me. To play, to be like a little kid, especially knowing that her full-time painting journey began after losing her brother, which is where she discovered that simple watercolour sketches in nature could reconnect with the joy in her own heart. That combination of play, community, coaching, and purposeful goal setting, that's a framework that any of us as creatives can learn from. Thanks for joining me. You'll find in the show notes how to find Coral Noel Yang. If you liked this episode, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps artists to get more well-known and helps others to be able to find ways to connect into their own creativity. Thanks for joining me.